Oh, wow. Okay, it has begun. Okay, back online after a long, long time of not being online because I have better things to keep myself preoccupied with. However, I'm going to spam a I'm gonna spam Lift the Veil's chat room with the live stream. Let's see if we can get anyone on board from there. We've got someone, one person. How's it going? This is just a shit talk session. Most of it is going to rely upon your input, dear listener. Uh, Call in. You can do so via Skype, ev.radio. Come on, let's have the crack. Crack in Ireland is a word for having fun. Yes, it's the getting involved in stuff. Now I know that we have a static image on the video, but anything that may come up that is visually orientated we will show on the video. So make yourself known in the chat, or again, add us on Skype, ev.radio. Give a call. We'll make that work somehow. And maybe we can even bring a friend of the station on. No one seems to be logged in. Well, I'll tell you a little story. So, in the absence of anyone else, a few days ago, I saw a Joe Rogan Experience podcast with Bill Burr. It was okay. That's what it was. It was okay. Because Bill Burr didn't want to be there. Long story short. A lot of Bill Burr nerds have come along to say, well, Bill Burr doesn't do interviews very well. Well, he did the Joe Rogan podcast very well before, because that was just the Joe Rogan Experience. He was there fully with it. But this time he wasn't there fully with it because it was insincere. He was actually directed by Netflix to go on the Joe Rogan Experience to pimp his second season of F is for Family. So I decided to make a video about that. Just put out an idea out there that maybe Joe Rogan shouldn't accept one of those interviews where someone is just there simply for the purpose of plugging their shit, because it dilutes the stream. And oh my god, 3 thumbs up in the first day and 10 thumbs down. Yeah, that's how much my video got. Yep. Who knows why? I mean, I personally think people are dicks. What do you guys think out there in the listening audience? Are people dicks on YouTube? I think so. I really do. The people who at least make an effort to comment, 90% of them, I don't think they have lives, And I can speak from authority on that situation because, for a few years there, I didn't have a life. So I would spend a lot of time shit posting, is what you would call it these days. But back then, and still now, it's just being a fucking dick. Thinking of the most worst things that you can say, or even if you have a slight disagreement with the video maker or someone who's already commented on a video, well, then you just exaggerate how horrible that person is, and then you make up some shit to say about them. That's what I got on my video concerning the Bill Burr Joe Rogan Experience video. If I'm not coming across very clearly, I noticed that YouTube is giving me the little orange/yellow bar. So I think I might not be actually coming through. Excuse the tech difficulties, if so. Now let me see if I can pronounce this. Deceptocracy. Deceptocracy said, I have a life, ... Okay, well, why are you here? And surely there's better things you can be doing. But that has a very good name. Deceptocracy. Did I get it right that time? You'll have to excuse me if my pronunciation is a little bit off. However, I am through a bottle and a half of red wine, so what you gonna do? Again, you can call in via Skype, ev.radio. You can find us on the Skype directory. We show up as Eclectic Vibrations Radio. Give us a call out of the blue. I don't mind. Let's have fun. The name of the game here is, well, you know, the title of the live broadcast is Wankery at its finest. When I started live streaming, I realized that it wasn't quite up to snuff what people expected. So I thought I would just embrace that lack of impressiveness, lack of content quality, and just call it what it is, Wankery. However, I do have a host of shit you ain't gonna hear nowhere else in the form of music, which I can treat you to, because that's what I do. Okay, so our friend says, no democracy, but deceptocracy. From deception. Deceptocracy. Deceptocracy. I think I got it right, didn't I? I think I got it right. Well, sir, if you want to come along and have a little bit of chinwag with me, I am on... Sometimes you roll a cigarette from the bottom of your tobacco pouch and you lick the skin to adhere the glue, and some of the tobacco ends up in your mouth. How mundane is that? Like I said, Wankery at its finest. You're not going to find redundant talk radio anywhere else like you'll find it here. But like I said, Skype, ev.radio, or you can kurva. Or you can find us on Discord Let me just bring up the Discord is a pretty good service. It's I don't know. How do you find the URL for a Discord channel? Because I had already made one, and I can't find exactly where to find it. Fuck it. Let me just find some music for you in the interim. And we'll take a little bit of a break.
Given up a lot of years as far as I know if there's gun license, it's great. Maybe like
bootleg and all that shit.
disgusting. Sorry about that. Viewers and stuff, sorry.
This is crazy. White House.
Looking at the mirror, everything is looking so much clearer. I just want to know the reasons to the fact they fucking fear her, the dumb bitch that fired me. If she's to do that, then why the fuck did she hire me? I hate the way she lied to me, like good job, good work, like bitch, fuck off. It's all I ever wanted in life. Some shit I lost because of you. Now I'm prepping myself to come up to you and stick this fucking rifle in your face. What you gonna do? Fuck it, I'ma leave. Fuck this mirror, fuck this weed. All I wanna do is kill this bitch and watch her bleed. So I walk to the car, grab my M16 and I shove it in the passenger seat. So let's leave. Walk outside, yeah, I'm ready for this. Grab my gun, load it up, yes, I'm plenty of clips. Walk into the room, first face that I see is the exact bitch I wanted to be.
Shit.
This gets like sick, man.
This gets really sick, man. You have to hear Gavin's words on this, man.
Oh,
is Gavin on it, yeah? Yeah. Gavin's telling the story of as if he was in the auction.
That's what happened.
I love storytelling rap.
Yeah,
Listen
this
to
is sick, man.
Just listen to this.
For me, that's next level storytelling.
Man. Listen to this, listen to this.
I'm sitting down thinking, wow, she's beautiful. And last week we fought in the cubicle. My new craze, seen her on Sunday. To her, I'm a slave to her wicked ways. But hey, let's forget about that. Her brains could be splat if I don't react. This fucking whack, I jump out of my seat. Man, I can't believe that the screams and the dirt I love's making me weak. I reach forward, hoping I can make it in time. I can't lose this girl, she's the best of my life. Just 2 more steps, I'm nearly there. Then from out of nowhere, I can hear from one ear. I look up, what the fuck? There's blood everywhere and it's tearing me up. I can't see her, man, where the fuck is she gone? And all I can hear is someone screaming, come on, come on.
Wee, blah, 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 blah.
I had it all this shit,
Wee.
man.
Yeah.
All the gunshots and
We had
everything.
it all, yeah, he had it all this.
I look down at the conscience, it's finally done. I drop the gun soon as I see the cops have come. I'd often run, but hear one say, come on, come on. I feel a shot to my heart and lungs for I'm a gun.
It's an emotional track, isn't it?
It's a crazy track in the voice.
I love it as well because it's new school, man.
Yeah,
I
it is.
told you, boys. What did I tell you? Like? So you're gonna promote the boys, yeah? On your radio channel.
Dude, Gravity Verse Productions. That's the YouTube channel.
Gravity Verse.
Look it up on YouTube.
I'm gonna choke it there for the next few minutes. That's a 16-minute track that I stole from my friends while we're having the crack. There, high as fuck, mind you. That was a bootleg of a previously unreleased track. As far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm aware, it hasn't been released on Gravity Verse Records. Go ahead and open up another tab and check out Gravity Verse, particularly Jordan Wilson. That's the fella that you have heard rapping. I don't know. What were we going to do here, lads? Not that I was expecting any more, but I didn't come here with much of a plan. I was thinking somebody could come along and save my ass with a little bit of conversation, but it's not going to happen. Fuck it, let's just find some more musics to play. Yeah, that's the way to do it, isn't it? Music. Okay, let's find the appropriate folder. Friends music. There we go. Goodbye, Blue Monday. My niggas. Multiple human beings that I can't remember by name altogether. Enjoy.
If you can bootleg that shit as well. I know. You can play on your radio station.
That's the idea.
Hope you see my blessings, hope you feel that I ain't changed. I hope you ask no questions by me, hope you know the pain. I hope you feel what it's been like just rooting through this rain. But most of all, I hope you looking at my face the same. Hope you see my blessings, hope you feel that I ain't changed. I hope you ask no questions by me, hope you know the pain. I hope you feel what it's been like just rooting through this rain. But most of all, I hope you looking at my face the same. I ain't changed. Oh, hi there, been a long time, is your mind clear? Last time I saw you I was in a state, couldn't wait to leave. But yeah, that's right, I'm here, I just came to see my parents. Just came to see my parents. Never thought that I would see you again, and you would be you again. After the motherfucking shit that made us see you, our friends really are. Goddamn, we was living a life inside the pipe with lines in our nostrils, like sitting dead ass still, but our minds in flight. If I'm alive, then fuck it, I can die tonight, cause that's how it was then. Like we was addicted, taking fucking pills like we on a prescription. Never thought that anything was better than swallowing, hiding our fucking problems in the bottle and going full throttle up on the drugs. Conversating with thugs, dreaming of being bad boys, that's what it was. Petty fucking crimes and lies to make dimes. Shit though, we had some good times, and it's only been a year or two. But here's the truth, I gotta fucking tell you I ain't here for you. I gotta go to my parents and pick up me too. But shit, my dog, it was nice to see you. Hope you see my blessings, hope you feel that I ain't changed. Hope you ask no questions by me, hope you know the pain. I hope you feel it's been like just rooting through this rain. But most of all, I hope you looking at my face the same. What's up, dude? Been a long time and I'd love to catch up. Last time I saw you I was in a rush and I'm good, but a couple memories have come up and I kinda don't know what's going on. Kinda don't know what's going on, cause I thought about it every single day and now I'm praying my mind ain't playing the game. This is fuck, something's going wrong. Remember we were out downtown, some boys came around whipping blades and knives. You said alright, it's either we stay and fight or leave now. Man, you saved my life. You said take a right and screamed fuck your money, we own nothing. Went to the left, took off running. I ran so fast but I couldn't decide if I should try to help you and risk my life. I guess I didn't, and it's hard to say I'm the reason there's a scar on your face, but man, thank you. Yes, I did have a part to play, but a true friend to me, goddamn so thankful. Much love, but I got to go. I'm meeting up with my parents, we eating seafood. Been another year, but shit, damn, it was great to see you. It was great to see you, it was great to see you, true friend, true friend. It was great to see you, it was great to see you, true friend, and I miss what it was, dope rhymes and good times. I wish we didn't fade away, never talk much now, but it's all in good light. But man, I really hate to say the good times are done, the good times are done. Never talk much more, grew up, no fun, and I moved away, but shit is cool to say, we gotta chill. Old times in the booth today, old times in the booth today. Old times in the booth today, and I moved away, but shit is cool to say, we gotta chill. Old times in the booth today. Hope you see my blessings, hope you feel that I ain't changed. I hope you ask no questions by me, hope you know the pain. I hope you feel what it's been like just rooting through this rain. But most of all, I hope you looking at my face the same. I ain't changed.
Yeah, man. That's what's up, man.
Sound boys?
Deep, man. Deep.
It's a sick track, man. It's a deep track, man.
Deep.
What tracks do I have by you on my phone? I might find.
And that's another from Jordan Peterson. Jordan what now? Jordan Wilson. Sorry about that. I had a good time with the lad, but not long enough to actually remember his name verbatim. Jordan Wilson. Find his shit on Gravityverse Records YouTube channel. It's quite the YouTube channel. A lot of faces that I would personally recognize from there. I'm glad that those folks have actually found their way in life. In the 21st century, it's hard to get by. There are very little avenues that one can go through. A lot of us have grown up feeling that we shouldn't go through mediocrity, but the fact is that we should. That is our place as the lower middle class and the lower class. That's what we have to do. But we've been brought up by We've been brought up by baby boomers, taught to expect more from life. And very few of us have actually gotten through the search for more than scale labor work. In the last few decades, we've been pressured to go through college. Everyone must go through college. That is the demand on people today. Everyone must have some third level education, even to get a job in McDonald's. So here we are, adrift. Generation millennial, generation identity. What hope do we have? What hope do we have? Seriously. Again, folks, if you want to get in on the conversation, or start a conversation, since there ain't one going, or pick up on a subject that has been mentioned earlier in the show, Skype us, ev.radio, or contact us via the Discord Skype chat link that is in the live stream chat of the YouTube video, or alternatively, if you're listening ahead of time, that would be in the YouTube description of this video. Nice little link that you can click on, join Discord, a pretty damned effective and utilitable website for people getting together, primarily for the purpose of gaming, but we can use it for chatting on the live shows if you wish. And we've just had our newest member pop in. Welcome, Deceptocracy. If you want to join the voice channel there, we can have a good old chin wag. Otherwise, let's switch to some more music or take a look at some pretty dumbass mainstream news. The mainstream news, as dumbass as it is kind of appealing to me right now. Let's see. Yes, here we go. On your live stream video, here is Trump pulls out of, quote, unfair Paris climate change deal. President Donald Trump last night reassured world leaders that he would remain committed to robust efforts to protect the environment. Just hours after announcing that the US will quit the historic 2015 Global Climate Change Agreement. Historic? Why isn't the word historic put in quotes? Because it's just as meaningless as the word unfair. Because I don't remember it. If it was historic, I'd remember it. I mean, the assassination of Ferdinand was historic. Adolf Hitler was historic. The French Revolution was historic. I'm not entirely sure if the 2015 global climate change agreement is historic. I mean, like, who remembers that shit? Do you remember that shit? I kind of do. I kind of remember maybe a news article or 2 or 3, maybe. That's about it. Let's take a closer look at what Irish Independent has to say about this. The President personally telephoned German Chancellor Angela Merkel, or better put, the German Führer Angela Merkel, French President Emmanuel Macron, Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and British Prime Minister Theresa May, to explain his decision to withdraw the United States from the Paris Climate Accord, the White House said. Okay, so the White House said that he made some phone calls. Wow. That's a really imaginative way of saying something that you could have said in just one sentence. But continuing on. A short time earlier, Mr. Trump told the media, "We're getting out," at a ceremony in the White House Rose Garden in which they decreed the Paris Accord draconian financial and economic burdens. I would actually like to see now, what exactly this is going to, what his actual complaints are about the accord. That's what I would like to see. Because I know that the Irish Independent isn't going to tell us anything about it, and especially considering since they're showing us as a featured image, no to Trump, no to war. I mean, please. I mean, like, does it even need to be mentioned? Like, what does Trump have got to do with war any more than, say, George Bush had to do with war, a guy that started 3 of them? How much more does Trump have to do with war than what's that nigga's name? The black guy that was just president there a few months ago. The name's not coming to me. He started at least 2 wars, as far as is official, anyway. But all the time he was drone striking thousands of people, and he rode off on so many destructive policies. And that's just talking about the external policy, but the internal policy, Obamacare, oh my God, that did devastation. That ruined people. Of course, you didn't hear about that because, it was a black guy. I mean, if you complained about what a black guy did, then you were complaining about all the black guys in the world, so that was racist. But no, come on. I was sitting there in a pub with my sister there, having a pint, and got into a conversation with a person next to us, an American, and she was saying, I don't think you think much of us because of our president and all. And I said, come on, like, really, you're complaining about your president now? I mean, why don't you just complain about your whole country? Because it's all worth complaining about. Why complain about Trump? The last good president you had was JFK, and CIA killed him. I don't understand the logic between most people. Oh yes, Obama. That's it. Yeah, I couldn't remember the guy's name because it's not. It doesn't sound like the name of a U.S. president. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It just doesn't sound real. It's like the whole last 9 years was some kind of illusion, some kind of dream. Like I'm stuck in a dream or something. Like a Muslim becomes the president of the United States, and most Americans don't even realize that that happened. Wow. Okay. And he destroys the country to boot. Not saying that the country was already fucked, but, he didn't do anything to help it. He just stood there as a Christ-like figure and convinced everyone that he was going to deliver them from the evils. And that didn't work out. And yet these people are still on his camp and went for the candidate that he suggested, which is Hillary Clinton, the oh my god. John Gotti would be envious of this cunt in terms of organized crime. I mean, like, he would be bowing down at her feet if he were alive today. I tell you what. Nobody sees a problem with this. I feel like I'm not even alive anymore. I feel like I'm in some kind of hell. Like, I did some fucked up shit when I was a teenager. Yeah, I recognize that shit was fucked up, okay? But I feel like in the last 9 years, like maybe something happened that I can't quite remember yet, where I died, and now I'm sent to a universe where Barack Obama became president of the United States, and that should give you a clue as to how much of an influence the United States has on the rest of the world, because I'm sitting here in the Republic of Ireland, aka the Free State. And as our former Taoiseach said on, I believe it's the 2007 St. Patrick's Day, he went and met George W. Bush, then President of the United States, and he handed him a glass bowl of some green shit, and he said, I consider Ireland to be the most eastern state of the United States of America. Quite a statement that I couldn't agree with. Maybe that was the day I died. Maybe I remember the cafe that I was sitting in and listening to my FM radio, listening to the news broadcast that I heard that on. So maybe I was hit by a car before I got to that cafe, because I swear to God, I was out there every day possible, protesting the Iraq War, the Afghanistan War. And it was pretty rote, There's a war here going on. You stand up against the war, and you win or you lose. But when it came to our Taoiseach, our Prime Minister, saying that my country is a part of the United States, then it just got fucking weird. It got Dreamtime shit. Do y'all not feel like you've, I don't know, been living in a dream in the last 9 years? I know that 2012 stuff was pretty bizarre. Oh my god. I didn't realize I was actually streaming my... Oh my god. Is that what I'm streaming? Oh shit. Okay, I know how to solve this problem. I'll just open Opera. That's the way I'll do it. And whenever I'm looking at something, I'll look at Opera. How do you pronounce it? Is it Opera or Opera? I couldn't really figure that out. Laws of English are so inconsistent. Anyway, the running question today is... Do you feel like you're living in a dreamland? How much of reality can you be certain of? Personally, I was convinced for a while of the flat earth theory. I was, yeah. You can actually find videos on my YouTube channel that support the flat earth theory, but I'm not so convinced about it anymore. The most fucked up thing is that my ever inquisitive wife, when she heard that I believed that the earth was flat, she lost her fucking mind and she threatened to leave me until I gave it up. I just stopped talking about it, I stopped thinking about it, continued on with my life, and out of nowhere, about a year later, she said, "Oh my god, you know what, I think the earth is flat." At that point, I was back to the original programming. I was pretty sure that it was round. And then we entered a very strange area where she was convinced the earth was flat. I was convinced it was round. Point being, we are in a phase of humanity where we're not quite sure what is up, what is down, what is left, and what is right. How do you make sense of that? That's my question. Get involved with the conversation via Skype, ev.radio. You can find us in the Skype directory, Eclectic Vibrations Radio. Or join us on our Discord chat, the link to which is in the live stream chat. Pop into there and join the audio channel, and I'll bring you on as part of the show. We'll have to crack. Oh, wait, hold on. Deceptocracy had actually joined the audio chat, but I'm not sure. I'm not entirely sure how to get involved in it. Hang on. Hello. We'll see. We'll see if Deceptocracy is still around. See, if I had a producer by my side, then he or she would have been right on the case right away. That's the difference between myself and others. And corporate broadcasting. If I had la maneca, I would pay someone to keep abreast of all of these different channels. The Saptocracy has no microphone. Oh, well, that's such a shame. What you can do, if you have a headphone jack, you could put it in the microphone jack. That's an idea. You might have to yell down your headphones, but it's a possibility that we could hear you. That's something I never knew about headphones until in the first 2 years of Eclectic Vibrations Radio, when a friend of mine from Canada decided to partake in the show, and he plugged his headphones into the microphone jack and tried to talk to us through there, but we couldn't really hear him very well. But it's something that one can try. I mean, it depends on the quality of your headphones. Anyhow, like most live streams here on Silver Pill, it's an experiment, an attempt to get something going for Eclectic Vibrations Radio on the YouTube platform. Most of them don't really kick off. It's sad to say. But we can try and figure something out for the next hour or so. But in the meantime, here's a Jordan Wilson bootleg from the very same night that you heard the previous bootleg. Goddamn, that was a good night. And goddamn, Jordan Wilson is a fucking genius. Just listen to this.
I showed you this one that night as well.
Gone bootleg that shit as well.
Nothing wrong with it. I know. You can play on your radio station and shit though.
That's the idea, yeah.
We need to stand up for a bit of energy here, boys, now. Yo. Hope you see my blessings, hope you feel that I ain't changed. I hope you ask no questions about me, hope you know the pain.
Wait. That's the same fucking thing that I played like 5 minutes ago. Okay, sorry about that, folks. Like I said, if I had a producer by my side, I wouldn't have to worry about this shit. Here we go. You haven't heard this yet.
Who the fuck is you to say I can't rap? I'll be spitting bars till the day I make my stack fat at a party, spitting off the top like a half hat while I'm getting more head than a fucking snapback.
I'm just everything you've never been. Hiding from your demons, I'm the devil, so I let it in, a vicious animal. I'm a feral in the dark, one bar to these rappers like an arrow in the heart. Been a battle from the start, so I have to fight. Grab the mic until I meet my afterlife. My bars fast, call him Usain Bolt. Einstein with the rhymes like I've two brains. Halt, wait, we gotta step it up. Constantly I'm wrecking cunts. Raps like sex, buddy, you can't even get it up. Walk toward me and I watch your whole crew swerve. Never quit and listen, yo, my visions on my future. Yo, I got a dream, you could call me Martin Luther. This is a game I held's full and you've lost life. I'm just spitting heat while I'm smoking like exhaust pipes. Can't sit still, need 100 Adderall. Spit to get 'em, bouncing like about 1,000 basketballs. You gone crazy, why'd you get that mad? Cause your girl got that ass and I get that ass. And sadly, you been mad since last week and now your face redder than your girlfriend's ass cheeks. Derogatory bars, homie, I harass beats. Old school bars, yo, your mama probably playing me. Bitches going mad like I'm fucking singing Baby. Talking shit, see you later, I'm sick. I'm still whiter than a fucking piece of paper. In this game I'll get higher or I'll be a fucking major. It's either that or I'ma be the motherfucking savior. So sit back and watch your boy kill them. Have these other rappers like, I'm sorry Wilson. Fuck on back. The second verse is much better. The second verse is much better though.
I did a clip.
Can I see what it is?
I don't think
Oh wait.
Just about, man.
Lyrical criminal, kill them all with syllables. Sick as fucking even halfway to my pinnacle. Heat bars burning through the beat, spitting chemicals. Beat me in a battle, God calls that a miracle. You're typical. I'm so high that you ain't even visible. Be dope is just my principle. My tracks are irresistible. It's impermissible. And unlisten to what I spit to you, I'm unpredictable. My love for the game's unconditional. Smoking medicinal, spitting far from subliminal. So if we got a problem, I'ma make your life unlivable. Every hit is critical, cause I do it original. If you do it traditional, why the fuck are you spitting, dude? Oh fuck.
Get back in it.
That's so whack, it's despicable.
Yeah, I
Buddy,
knew
it's
it.
unforgivable. How I'm still up on this rhyme scheme is inexplicable. That shit is undeliverable. How's he doing this shit? My dude, the flow's so good it could even be nutritional. Back, I'm killing you. Found this ring from Hospitable, the sickest individual, flowing like he's a mineral. My shit is almost biblical. Believing it is difficult. You think it's fictional, cause you singing Jordan in digital. Come to my show, I'm calling my tour admissible. He's so fucking sick, someone better is unthinkable. Your fans looking at the fucking rhyme scheme. Yo, that might be like the greatest shit that I've seen. He's so sick, man, I'm saying all the right things. Shit, I wish my favorite rapper could've been like him. Shit, but no one's doing the same stuff. So if you think I'm biting, well, it's blatantly made up. So fuck you other rappers seem to think you all God. I keep bringing power like a fucking wall socket. It's obvious, nobody coming with pure hotness. I'm on this, blow up Nagasaki when I drop this.
Yo, that's like one big punchline. There's not even verses. There's
Yeah, it's
one
so
big
sick.
punchline.
It's so sick.
There's none but punchlines. What the
nothing but
fuck?
Destroyed Logic. Destroyed
I
him.
destroyed Logic on his own track,
Yeah.
I literally did, like.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's stop being egotistical.
And you haven't even heard the half of Jordan Wilson at this stage. We'll bring you some more crisp audio from him a little later on. I see that we've got one or two more listeners. How are y'all doing? Join us in the live YouTube chat. Check out the Discord link. If y'all are familiar with Discord already, that's pretty fucking cool. Join us in the audio channel, have a chat, or alternatively, call the station, ev.radio, Eclectic Vibrations Radio. You'll find us in the Skype directory. What this whole channel and live stream is about is sharing culture, sharing ideas. That's the only reason why I'm streaming. It's not that I'm here to entertain you. Most of these live streams get a bunch of thumbs down because I'm not fucking interested in being a dancing monkey. I'm just not interested. I'm interested in human contact. which most of my regular listeners are used to hearing. So come, join us. In the meantime, however, I want to share some crisp Jordan Wilson with you. This is ain't taking none of this.
Oh yeah, let's go. Listen, come on, yo. What planted Adam's apple seed? What started the race is causing limited casualties. The world is just a big business that's got a faculty that's big enough to cause a complete and utter catastrophe. Our world is not these people, it's full of government supplying us with supplements. Society, they crushing us. I can't believe they haven't seen. They controlling everything, the examples be MTV, Nickelodeon, and BBC. You see, we bleed knowledge from the screens we see. And they're trying to install some fucking chip in our arms. They control the fucking crowds, now the world is disarmed. Yo, they have this little button. If you've been causing disruptions, they just flick a fucking switch and for no longer you will function. They making way to make us slaves. Let's say no to what the make-believe angels say. They fall back in the day till the rights were given. Let's fight this system with motherfucking knives and pistols. I say we get them while we can. The longer we wait, it's just a step closer to freedom fucking washing away. Cause I ain't taking none of this. Ain't taking none of this. The world is full of evil and I fight and will take a risk. Been searching for a sequel to recent rebellions. Who's searching for their freedom? Let's freedom from all this shit. Cause I ain't taking none of this. Ain't taking none of this. The world is full of evil and I fight it will take a risk. Been searching for a sequel to recent rebellions. Who's searching for their freedom? Let's freedom from all this shit. We gotta teach the people how to fight this. Attack them all with force, then the masses will be righteous. The word is nothing to cry for. The word is nothing delightful. It's spiteful and how you don't have the choice. The word is to die for. So stop giving shit. Your life is not a product. Honestly, it scares me how much the government's got us. Propaganda's pointing as a knife. They trying to change the world to improve their fucking lives. I finally found a real reason I should give a fuck. I know that they have given no morality will pick them up. Fuck sitting to mourn and fucking wallow. They say that it's okay but all they promises are hollow. Follow where I step cause what's happening next is motherfucking revolution. You can't pass the request, please. Which way you step when the companies come? Cause one slip of the tongue you be whipped up and done. I swear to God life is just a curse. You think it's better but everything seems to just get worse. But if we fight it with passionate words in every verse, we'll become the race that found this fucking freedom first. Fuck your system, we the curse. I ain't taking none of this, ain't taking none of this. The world is full of evil and I fight it will take a risk. Been searching for a sequel to recent rebellions. Who's searching for their freedom? Let's freedom from all this shit. Cause I ain't taking none of this, ain't taking none of this. The world is full of evil and I fight it will take a risk. Been searching for a sequel to recent rebellions. Who's searching for their freedom? Let's freedom from all this shit,
The genius that is Jordan Wilson, telling the truth about our existential situation. Ain't taking none of this. You can find that on YouTube, of course. Let's have a little fun. Take a little peek through what Google thinks that our news ought to be. Defiant U.S. governors vow to uphold climate pact. Now that's an interesting continuation. Right. I've yet to actually put that on the screen. Come on, you bastard. There we go. A little continuation on Trump's withdrawal from the historic 2015 climate pact. 3 Democratic governors have said they will not let the United States back away from a commitment to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, despite Donald Trump's decision to withdraw from the international pact. California Governor Jerry Brown said, "This is an insane move by the president." Blasting the decision as defiant behavior from the highest office in the land. Well, I mean, what's wrong with that? It's his prerogative to do so. Connecticut Governor Dan Malloy and Virginia's Terry McAuliffe also expressed interest in joining the new alliance. "We governors are going to step into this cockpit and fly the plane." Oh, fuck's sake. Really? Any kind of fucking wankery to get people's attention and get them excited. Holy shit. I don't know. Let's go to the most right-wing source possible without, going to fucking Stormfront, right? Let's see what they have to say. Kathy Griffin to hold press conference to address bullying from Trump rally. Europe to US. Drop dead. We won't renegotiate Paris deal. Yeah, that sounds about right. Europe to United States. Drop dead. I mean, come on. The propaganda from both sides is really fucking obvious. I mean, they're just exaggerating each other's sides, but I got a itching feeling that Trump might actually have a fucking point here. That's why we're pursuing the alt-right standard here. Breitbart reports, the governments of Italy, France, and Germany Thursday flatly rejected US President Donald Trump's offer to renegotiate the Paris Climate Accord. Oh, okay, now that's something you didn't hear from the Irish Independent at all. You didn't hear that he offered to renegotiate. Now, who's this talking? The leader of the 3 countries said in a joint statement, "We deem the momentum." What the fuck does that word even mean? Momentum? I guess it's a a statement that more than one party said. That's what I gather. We deem the momentum generated in Paris in December 2015 irreversible, and we firmly believe that the Paris Agreement cannot be renegotiated since it is a vital instrument for our planet, societies, and economies. If you have any bit of a subtle eye, and maybe if you've seen Truth Stream Media's documentary called Obsolete, which has been out a few days now. Just YouTube that. Obsolete, Truth Stream Media. You will get a fairly firm picture that we have been propelled to this state of where we have been outmoded as human beings. We have been outmoded. So we have just become a couple billion of useless eaters who have to be exterminated. If you're hip with that, then you already can tell from little pieces like this that these are the beginning stages of us being told, hey, you're no longer relevant. You need to die. Going back as far as Planned Parenthood, etc. The distribution of condoms, the sterilization of African Americans. It has all been going towards the sterilization of humanity. I mean, just think about the prevalence of cancer and other very vicious diseases and viruses. They're there to trim our population, eventually bring us down to a couple 100,000 across the planet. That's the idea. That's the Malthusian dream. Continuing with the Breitbart article, earlier Wednesday, Trump had announced that the US would withdraw from the Paris Agreement and immediately begin negotiations to re-enter on the terms that are fair, in quotes, fair to the United States. Now, what I gather from this is that, over the decades, the United States has been pressured by the Illuminati to become less productive in the industrial sense. Yes, of course, there are way more IT jobs than ever before, but take a look at Detroit, the home of the American automobile, now the home to black mob violence. It's a giant ghetto. It's a giant state of gang warfare and poverty. How did it become that way? Well, maybe because certain global powers deemed that the United States shouldn't have such a force in automobile production. That maybe it was time for the Italians and Germans to pick up the pace for a few years, but even now the Germans and Italians are taking a back seat. It's now gone to the Japanese. How does that make sense? When Americans can make American cars, Japanese can make Japanese cars, Italians can make Italian cars, Germans can make German cars. I don't see the problem here. How does the global economy just magic that into existence. It doesn't. There is a shadowy hand behind it. Today we have a situation where America and Europe are on a steep decline in concerns of actual physical production. I've seen this in my own Ireland, where very, very few jobs are being created in terms of production, yet more and more jobs are being created in terms of IT, information technology. Furthermore, when it comes to service industry jobs, just such as the people who make food and bring people's food to their table, that's dominated more by Eastern Europeans and Africans. Why is that happening? What I'm pointing to here is a pattern. They want to make Europe and the United States less industrial, less productive, to make way for the great human antiquity. Give us all jobs that require nothing more than IT, information technology, and then swiftly replace us with robots. And then in about 5 years, then they'll be complaining, oh, the third world nations, Africa, Asia, etc., oh, they're creating too much carbon emissions. We have to clamp down on that. Now that we have this solid UN government between Europe and America, we have to roll in there with our tanks and tell them to stop making stuff. Pretty soon, everything will be given over to the precinct of machines. Machines will make our iPods. Machines will make our cars. Machines will tell us what to do, where to go, and how much we will be paid for what we do. And what we do will be thoroughly insignificant. It will simply be go to the dole office. Go to pick up your government check. Because that's what they have in the pipeline. Don't you know? All the technologists say all of the work of the future will be done by robots, and as a result, we will just have to simply pay human beings a universal wage. One wage for everyone. And whatever you earn on top of that is your own tough luck. I urge you, go right now. I don't care if you stay tuned for the remainder of this live stream. Just go and do it. Go and watch Truth Stream Media's documentary named Obsolete. It'll blow your fucking mind. It'll open you to the realization that we are to be ultimately culled like cattle. 98% of us are due to be destroyed in the next few years. Count on it. I've seen it come down the road for years, but I've never been so convinced of it that I have been in this week. But hey, if you guys out there have a contravening opinion, something to, I don't know, make the discourse a little more optimistic, I am very black pill this evening. Come on to Skype, find us, ev.radio. Search us in the Skype directory, you will find us. Eclectic Vibrations Radio is our handle. Or find the Discord chat link in the live stream YouTube chat. Or if you're listening after the fact, you can find that in the YouTube description of this video. And turn on your audio and we can have a chat right off the bat. But in absence of that, I do think that it's time for some more music. And I'm really trying to stay within the lines of copyright. Good God. You hit a key and it doesn't even bring you to where you want to go. That's good enough. Mongolian Clusterfuck by Fuzzburger from the album Valley of the Gwangi. Okay, the audio isn't turned on. Sorry.
I got blood on my hands and I can't feel you right now. I got blood in my eyes and I can't see you right now. You're a star in my heart. You're a star in my heart. You're a star in my heart and I want you now. Blood on my hands. Look in my eyes, there's fire on my smile. Fall down and cry, and drown for a while. You're my dragonfly, you're my dragonfly, you're my dragonfly, you're my dragonfly. I got blood on my hands and I can't feel you right now. I got blood in my eyes and I can't see you right now. You're a star in my heart. You're a star in my heart. You're a star in my heart and I want you now.
Good old Fuzzburger, a indigenous West Irish band. I doubt we'll actually find this album. Res fuck, bro. Time we close up this live stream, really. Because I'm, really drunk and it's been going on too long. Also, I don't have any more content. But, you are all going to be cold. That's the sad conclusion. It's the black pill conclusion. Because all of history was really just a giant human experiment. Or rather, you and your parents and your grandparents and your great-grandparents and your forefathers were really just tools in the construction of alien technology to breach through an impenetrable border that was erected 25,000 years ago to keep a particular pernicious alien strain in the country, in the planet, whom we have been unfortunately stuck with since then. But things like CERN and such, machines that can replicate vibrations that are 100,000 times the strength of the human resonance itself, that is the resonance of the Earth. Now consider that when it comes to flat Earth and what you call that? There's a particular name for it. And it's named after that South American dictator. What's his name? That whole thing where people are thinking that reality was different 20 years ago, and they think that Depends was called Depend. Yeah, that shit. The, something effect. The Mandela effect, yeah. That, racist fucking asshole. Yeah, Mandela, who supposedly died in the 80s, but really he was okay, and he came out of jail in the 90s, and he was like, hey guys, I'm cool. Everything's okay. Let's continue with the Negro domination of South Africa, and how they have infrastructure issues. Yeah, you're all going to hell in a handbasket. That's what I'm saying. Deceptocracy says he's on WhatsApp. Is that it? Is that a thing? Is that a... Or is that what he said? Or is that a typo? I'm not sure. But like I said, you're all going to be cold. I'm like 99% sure you're going to be dead this time next year. Because that's the way the Illuminati wants it. And there's not really any other way to cut it. You know? You're fucked, basically. It's because you have no use. Whatever job you have, well, just check on the online calculator. Will your job be automated? It'll give you a percentage chance of whether that will be automated within the next year or two. If you have no use, you'll be dead. And that's why when a few days ago I was out in the town with my sister celebrating her graduation, her college graduation, with distinctions all around. Myself and her boyfriend arrived at her apartment where I was going to sleep for the night. She went to bed, but he, being the adventurous type, stayed awake. And we had a conversation which I do not recall whatsoever because, well, you know, we were both drunk and high. But what I do remember is saying, Ted Kaczynski did nothing wrong. Now, if you don't know who Ted Kaczynski is, that's the Unabomber. The guy who mailed bombs to people. And if you don't know who the Unabomber is, you ought to look him up. But, you know, being the inquiring, college-educated type, my sister's boyfriend asked, wait, hang on, you need to explain that. What do you mean Ted Kaczynski did nothing wrong? Ted Kaczynski has a manifesto that y'all should read. But I basically explained technology, as it progresses, alienates human beings from their natural state. And as society evolves technologically, more people get alienated from their natural state and thus become redundant unless they can keep up with the technological progression. But ultimately, we cannot keep with the technological progression because inevitably there will be AI who can replace us. Ted Kaczynski's philosophy, as outlined in his manifesto, suggests that as we progress through time, we all become irrelevant. And Ted Kaczynski in his time knew that this was going to happen, but he also realized that 99% of the population will not realize what he's saying, but in fact would be preoccupied by technology itself, will be preoccupied by its conveniences and its entertainment. The most compelling and scary manifestation of this is Pokemon Go. If you take a look at all the scary things that have happened around that. So, my point was to my sister's boyfriend was, if you realize that 98% of the people on the planet aren't going to rationally understand your arguments, what else are you going to do? If you see technology as a threat to mankind, but most people aren't going to understand you, then what do? You plant bombs. And that's what Ted Kaczynski did. Now, when I broadcast the anti-broadcast, which goes out at 9 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, that's London time, even though I live in Ireland, on Wednesday nights, I would bring that up to my friends, the friends of the show, who would call in regularly. They would try to distance themselves from this philosophy because Ted Kaczynski mailed some bombs to people. He didn't even hurt real people. He just hurt CEOs and technologists. These aren't even real people. These are Masons. These are members of the gay Illuminati, etc. Why should we whimper over these deaths, of which there were only 2? Why should we whimper over these injuries, of which there were only 7? I mean, why is the guy demonized when he should be lionized? That's what I suggest people embark on in their personal research and personal quest. Ted Kaczynski was a victim of MKUltra. They tried to mold him into a genius of the likes of Stephen Hawking's, someone to parade out on stage before us to tell us how great technology is. But in the end, he turned against them. He ran off into the woods and lived a survivalist life and built bombs, mostly out of wood, and mailed them to the people who were trying to genocide us. So I say again, Ted Kaczynski did nothing wrong. Ted Kaczynski did nothing wrong. And with that, I bid you a good night. And God bless, and most high praise to the God of revolutionary broadcasting, Bill Cooper, and in his spirit I play the following song.
Well, you can't turn him into a company man. You can't turn him into a whore. And the boys upstairs just don't understand anymore. Well, the top brass don't like him talking so much, and he won't play what they say to play. And he don't wanna change what don't need to change. And there goes the last DJ who plays what he wants to play and says what he wants to say. Hey, hey, hey. And there goes your freedom of choice. There goes the last human voice. And there goes the last DJ. Well, some folks say they're gonna hang him so high, 'cause you just can't do what he did. There's some things you just can't put in the minds of those kids. As we celebrate mediocrity, all the boys upstairs wanna see how much you'll pay for what you used to get for free. And there goes the last DJ who plays what he wants to play and says what he wants to say. Hey, hey, hey. And there goes your freedom of choice. And there goes the last There goes the light.